Hello world and welcome to Code or Not to Code. I'm Mili Eva and as always, I'm very happy to be here today and I'm here with Stefan. How are you doing?
I'm doing great after a bit of an unexpected yet necessary longer pause.
Yes, a hiatus, I guess you would call it. I don't know if I'm using that right. But yeah, health reasons, I guess.
And such.
Well, welcome back to everyone. If you're new to the show, Stefan and I do meet every couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, actually, you're right, because usually we're not. Hi, Stuart! Thanks so much for coming. Wow, my brain is jumping around today a lot, but we've been so good this year to be like, literally every 2 weeks, and this was actually the first time we broke it. So I guess it is a little bit more significant than I originally thought. But because Stefan and I have been doing this for a while, and we are both, well, we've been known to be semi-regular, to have semi-regular streams, I guess.
We are reliably unreliable.
That's exactly what I wanted to say, actually. That's so true. That would describe us really, really well. I think that's the one thing you can rely on with us. So but yeah, we do try and meet every other week and do some coding. So we do code live. So sometimes literally our sessions will be just like debugging for hours, which is why we're always really, really happy to see our regulars and people like Stuart who can help us out when we're super, super stuck. But yeah, we do have fun. We do learn something every single time. And I guess it's especially fun for me. I was telling you before because I'm actually not really in the .NET world for work anymore, so this feels like coming home.
Is this good in the term of exciting and new, or is it bad because of you don't have the hang of the tools just yet?
Yeah, it's a good question. Since we posted this on LinkedIn and technically my company could be watching, I just want to say that I really appreciate all of the opportunities I'm being given, but I do sort of like feel way more at home with C# and that entire world. But yeah, so this is why I'm really, really happy to be back. I know I say this every time, but today it's true. And every other day as well. And good to see you too. Yeah, and Eric, hello. Welcome. So glad you made it, even though we were, again, breaking our 2-week thingy. Actually, we did already break it with the April 1st episode, didn't we?
That's fair, but also by 1 day. Now we broke it by a week. So does this mean we now break it for a month? I hope not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or I don't know. We'll see. Well, actually, we will see, but we'll come to that later.
Yeah.
When we have a few announcements to make. But yeah, if you're not a regular and you're here and you're meeting us for the first time, please make sure you subscribe to any of our social medias because, as I mentioned, you will need it in order to not miss any of our upcoming streams. And obviously, if you want to reach out, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, or you want to help us live on the show, you can always reach us there. And also, because this year we've been basically, usually we just do, we do this for fun usually. So we sometimes like to jump projects as well. But this year, actually, we've been very good at building one project up from scratch. And if you want to see any of our previous episodes, you can also find them on our channel as well. All right, that was the housekeeping for today's episode. So I think it's time for some trivia. And today's trivia is especially is it dear to my heart? So the thing is, a wise man once told me, and this man is in the stream with me right now. I think he said to me once, you really learn a lot from failure and you just need, the room to fail. Well, Stefan, I'm happy to say that you've given me this room and I've successfully failed. Well, we did it together, so you're not entirely innocent either. So we visited the .NET meetup in Vienna, which is always a really, really cool place to be. Actually, there's a meeting upcoming that we also don't want to miss because it's a really cool topic, really good speakers, really cool organizers. And just a really cool place to be if you're around in Vienna, and also you can obviously join online as well.
Yeah.
And we had a little talk there, and it was and we sort of fell into a little trap. Do you want to explain what happened, Stefan?
Actually, so this is semi-prepared. Actually, do you wanna build up to it, like with the collection initializer and collection expression? Essentially, do you want to build up to this point a little?
Sure. Yes. Wait. What? What are we doing?
Like live, starting from fresh. This is semi-prepared, I know. So I'm putting you on the spot here.
Wow. Putting me in a spot. Well, no, Stefan, you're giving me room to fail. So the best. So actually, this day was like cursed from the beginning. Because you know what the first thing is that I wrote? I'm like terrible with like typing, and the thing is, because it's wedding season, I'm trying to grow my nails really long, and this is I don't think software developers are supposed to have long nails, so typing was even worse. And there was a ramp, and so the very first thing that I wrote on the screen was liar. And I was like, well, that's a good start. But wait, so you want me to write a list? Oh, I've got auto-completion here. Is that right?
Yes, and how we would.
So we had actually, no, we didn't do it like this. See, it's like this, I think. So the talk was about C# language patterns. And this was the second pattern. So the first pattern that we discussed was the deconstruct pattern, which was sort of like also reference to one of our previous episodes. And if you haven't seen the episode, you can go to our YouTube channel and find it. I don't think we can find it anymore, but you will find it and you can watch it there. And this is the second pattern. And this is the thing, like we have like cheat sheets and stuff. And I think if you're ever giving a talk, you should definitely always have a cheat sheet. I don't think we had, well, we had a tiny one, but we didn't really have a good one for this one, I guess.
It wasn't complete, yeah. It
wasn't complete because
critical element that we both of us then solely zoned out of.
We really, and I think it was because like this is sort of the warm-up pattern, the one that we thought we would never, we didn't even know that you could get it wrong. But we did.
Yes.
We did. All right. I was just gonna I think we had 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then so I already forgot I forgot everything already. So and then we for each did, right? For each item. Is this what you wanted me to do, or am I going too slow again? And then this talk will be, this stream will be taking forever. And then I think we printed the item and we did a little. Should I do it exactly the way we did it?
Nah, some would.
Okay. Well, I already started. So wait, item. Because this is also a string interpolation, and that's also a pattern, and this is why we did it this way. But I guess we won't be going into that today. But yeah, we had a
no. I'm unable to start another because I wanted to run it, but I'm unable to start another. Oh, something's in progress.
I just pressed build.
Oh, no. Okay.
It works.
Cool. So. Yeah, I guess since you don't have control over the tabs, I'm not going to peek into the IL view.
Yeah, and you can see, so basically the for each is just there, so we can kind of see that the list works like a list. But if you look under the hood of the collection initialization, so this is what the pattern you're seeing is that you can see in the low-level C# window that we sort of create a list. And then we call add once for each item in the initializer. And that's a pattern. So you can also initialize any type, like your custom list type, for example, the same way if you match this shape that the compiler is looking for. So you need this add method. The compiler needs to be able to access this add method to do it. I guess we can sort of show you here. So we have our own list type. I'm just also going to call it our list. Exactly. Stefan can start doing the list. I'm just gonna fill it with some 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can see like it's already like if you look into line 4, that we've got some red squiggly lines. And if you hover this quickly, thank you, Stefan, cannot resolve simple add. So this is what was missing. And if you have this method, you can actually initialize our list the same way. And this is what Stefan was doing when disaster struck.
Yes. Well, it prepared to strike because, well, not only do we need the add method, we also need, since it needs to be a collection type, and the collection like type is usually done by having the IEnumerable interface directly or indirectly. And then I started just doing something that I didn't use before. And I thought like, yeah, that's to shorten things up. So I think I used this.
Yeah.
Actually, not quite. I did it differently.
Yeah, and now you can't repeat it. That's like classic.
No. I think I should be able to,
okay, good.
To do so like such. No, actually. Wait a second. Okay, I actually can't. Yeah. No, wait. That's my bad. Like such. Yes. So then implementing the interface, but I made a mistake there. But let's come to that mistake later. I now did the same mistake again.
But it looks fine, right?
It looks fine because the collection initializer works and all is cool.
It works.
And now it calls our add method here. And then you were showing another feature?
The thing is, because collection, so the IDE already wants me to use collection expression. That's sort of what the squiggly line and the new is. I cannot use my Alt Enter though.
Then I will use collection expression.
Yes. And this is really, really cool because it also does something different under the hood.
Let me quickly run this that we see still 1 through 4, jumping into the IL code.
Exactly. So what you can see, so on the top is that actually what it does, it creates a stack allocated span and uses it to fill the list in one go, which is really clever because that means that like with the add, you could potentially grow the underlying list of the underlying array, right? So you get an array of 4 and then you add the 5th item and then you have to, then you get an array of 8 and you have to copy the values over, and that's just not ideal. And this is sort of what this is sort of saving you from, which is really cool. And you can already see on the left-hand side the squiggly line under our list, under the collection initialization of our list. It also says we could use collection expressions, which Stefan, you're going to have to...
Yes. There you go.
Sorry. And I think this is what broke everything.
No, not quite, because if you use a collection expression, it's still, well, if something is collection initializable,
that's it. Yeah.
A collection expression, it still calls the adds.
Exactly, yeah.
Which now in our implementation detail, we're using a list, and the list we grow. So we add the first item, where a list usually starts with a capacity of 4. So we add item 2, there is still place in a capacity of 4. We add item 3, there's still place in a capacity of 4. We add item 4, there's still capacity, there's still place in a capacity of 4. Then we add item 5. There is no more space anymore, so we need to create a new array. Per default, the list is using a doubling algorithm. So now creating a new array of 8, copying those 4 elements over, and now we have place for 4 more adds. If we have 5 more adds, then we go to 16, 32, and so on. And So we wanted to switch to this one-shot initialization. And this is where then the fail began. Jason is here and mentioning IL. Well, looking at IL code, actually, I'm not sure. I can't read it now. Well, let's see if we can find the add method. No, wait, actually, we should be able to find like an add method. Oh, yeah. So we kind of load the 5 and then call the add. We load 6 and call the add. And I'm not sure where there's no ops. And the doops, I don't know.
No clue.
It's actually hover information. Oh, there was even hover information. Cool. Fills a space if opcodes are patched. No meaningful operation is performed. Okay. And the dup is copies the current topmost value on the evaluation stack and then pushes the copy onto the evaluation stack.
Okay. Lovely.
Okay. No clue. Anyway, this is then actually something that Stuart showed us when we discussed
C#. Exactly.
Which version was it again? 12? I think I'm mixing it up now. You can actually use your own builder to have this one-shot initialization, because currently the compiler is still falling back to the adds. But we want to have this one-shot, so we can use the collection builder attribute, which is taking a type of where this one-shot initialization method exists. Now this type must be non-generic. So we create a new type, and the name of the method, usually it's called create, but that's just a pattern. So we then created this class, the non-generic our list, with the create method. Now, of course, this should return our list of T. Therefore, the create is generic as well. It needs to be static, and the input is the span, this buffer that we gonna use to fill the collection, read-only span. And this is then where it stopped working. Let's just briefly add a constructor to make it theoretically workable. And then we return a new our list with the span. But it didn't work because, and this was our live fail, our list does not contain an accessible create method with the expected signature and the object.
Yep.
And we couldn't figure out where this object is coming from.
Yep.
And the fail was, and I guess a bit of a long lead up to this day's trivia. This is the, I'm not sure how exactly this is called, if it's the enumeration type or the collection type, something like that. Or the element type, maybe. So the element type of this collection is determined not necessarily via the IEnumerable interface, but via the enumerator that you can get, or that the compiler can get. And the mistake I made was I made because IEnumerable, the IEnumerable interface also implements the non-generic IEnumerable interface, because the generic versions, I think they got introduced with .NET 3 alongside Link and all of that. .NET 2, C#3. Oh, I'm mixing it all up. Anyway, not from the beginning. And yes, and the non-generic IEnumerable returns an enumerator that type is object, because there was no generic in the beginning. Only the generic enumerable returns an enumerator, which item is the generic T. So the problem is that we implicitly implemented the object-based IEnumerable enumerator and explicitly the generic T-based enumerator. And the compiler is, not looking through any implicit implementation, because in order to access explicit, I'm always mixing it up. In order to access an explicit implementation, you need to cast to the interface that declared this method. So you would need to cast to an enumerable of T.
Yep.
In some cases, this could lead to boxing. So the compiler is preferring is using the non-explicitly implemented, but well, essentially not even necessary from the interface. I think it just requires, what if we remove the interface altogether and actually fix it? So let's only have the enumerator implemented. And there we go, now it works. Because the compiler is looking for for the current type of the enumerator that is returned by the getEnumerator method, which is in this case now the generic T. So T is the type, and now it works. But the mistake we made is we used the object-based one where the iteration type is object, and now we didn't have an object-based constructor, but we wanted generic. And so this led to almost tears on my end.
Yeah, it wasn't our finest show. But, sometimes it can be really fun if, stuff happens, because then, as a room, and you've got a room full of devs, and you can kind of figure it out, but we didn't figure it out.
Stuart is writing, it's not
obvious at all. I'm so glad you said that. But yeah, it was still a good experience. So yeah.
But our talk title was right. Well, our object quarked like an object. Yeah. So yeah.
It did.
And I suppose there will be more duck jokes incoming.
Nice. All right. So that was a trivia for the day.
Trivia.
Should we jump into our actual task?
Yes, which leads into O's question. Well, thank you very much for joining. So the goal of our stream and what we're going to learn. Yeah. Yes. So what we built so far is a little console application that goes to NuGet. For example, downloads a NuGet package in a particular version, and then looks in this package for all Roslyn components. And Roslyn components can include compiler extensions, and these compiler extensions can be analyzers. Those are extensions that produce warnings and or errors or information like squiggly lines in your editor telling you there is something maybe not ideal. We can also have code fix providers, so you can do Alt-Enter or Control-Dot to automatically fix it and deterministically fix the problems. There can be refactorings, which is same as a fix, but is not based on an analyzer, or to be correct, is not based on a diagnostic, which an analyzer produces. Now I'm running out of space. We can also have, what else can we have? We can have suppressors, which is the opposite of a diagnostic analyzer that is suppressing a diagnostic. We can also have completion providers that essentially when you type something, you get in your editor, you get some auto-completion, and you can hook into the system, or the compiler provides facility that then the IDE can use in order to extend those completions. And of course, our favorite topic, you can also have source generators that create new C# code at compile time. And we are now looking in those NuGet packages for all of these compiler extensions and be listing them. So it's an inspector for Roslyn components. And if everything works, yes, here we go. So the NuGet package we got here has quite a few analyzers. All of them support C#. There is no Visual Basic analyzer in here. And also a couple of suppressors. And what I wanted to check, what we can also test, is a bit of a bigger package, but I don't know it by heart. Not too well prepared. Let me just find it. We can go to .NET Code Analysis. No. Because there, if I recall correctly, is a link to a couple of analyzers. So they list a couple of analyzers or projects that contain mostly analyzers. There's also this package. I think since .NET 5, if I recall correctly, you get together with the SDK. Is it .NET 5? Yes, since .NET 5, you get a lot of analyzers already included in the SDK, in the .NET SDK. If you are on older versions, you can still include these analyzers. Or if you want to get like these analyzers standalone, disjointed from the SDK, you can look in this NuGet package. And this contains all of the analyzers that .NET has. And those are quite a few. So we should get quite a lot. Let's see if that works. Oops. Yeah, this might take a while. Oh, doesn't take too long. Because I downloaded the package previously already. And you see there is a lot of analyzers. And since it's the core .NET, a significant number of them also supports Visual Basic. But this is, what our tool does. It lists, there is analyzers. If there was source generators, it would list source generators, what the name is and what languages they support. And now this episode, we want to turn this into a proper .NET tool or in a proper CLI experience where we can do something like the question is, how do we call this command? Then we have a subcommand, and then we pass in package name, or let's maybe mimic this example. And if we don't pass a version, we use maybe the latest, but we could also optionally then pass a version, which should be a valid version. Otherwise, the command fails, and then we would have a proper experience, and maybe also have something like a -- help, which lists all available options and arguments and commands and so on.
Cool.
And do we want to build this from scratch? Or is there something that we could reuse? Yeah.
Let's reuse something. I have a deja vu. Like, I think we can even reuse it from our own .NET tool. Right?
Yes. So we're going to use System.commandLine because that has... we actually used this one in an older version. Just before the stream, we went back in time and looked for it. It's been a while, 2 years ago.
Oh my God. That's so crazy. I can't believe that's 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, probably not exactly. Not sure if it says the exact
What was
date.
that? When was our first stream? Can you go all the way back?
Oh, first stream.
Okay, we don't have to could do it later. This is just...
I think where did we start?
Oh my goodness,
No,
this is so funny. The Blazor advent.
This is the... Okay, so that's 3 years ago.
Oh my God.
It's actually more than, I think, that's 3.5 years ago. Actually,
where am I sitting? Oh my goodness. Oh, I look so cute. I love it. Young and naive.
Now I'm old and naive. Okay.
Now, I'm old and naive, exactly. Yeah. I still have that plant though, so I didn't just exchange it with this one. I love Native commands. Okay, but yes, so we've already used this once before with the globalizer, right? Is that right?
With our globalizer. Yeah, that was the globalizer. Yes, we have. But I think it has changed significantly because back in the days, there was a version 1. Then there was for quite a long time a version 2 in beta. Actually, there was never a version 1. There was 0.3. And I think there was some internal versions, but then version 2 was previewed quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And with, I'm not sure, in some beta release or in some, I guess here actually, so after 3 years then, when it started to become stable, also a lot of APIs were changed. So I think we need to relearn some of it to build our CLI tool. So let's include System.CommandLine into our .NET tool. So we will have a package reference.
I find it so funny that it's like been 3 years because on the one hand, time flies, but I'm like in a reminiscing mood now. And I actually, because I did a career change, right? And so I've actually only been a dev for 3 years then, because I started right around the time that we started the stream, right?
Yes, right. That is where it started, yeah.
So sometimes I'm just too hard on myself. I'm still allowed to fail a little bit as like a self-taught career-changing developer who's working in a new language.
Yeah, I guess that's how does this thing go? The only constant is change. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really cute. That's really funny. Oh, I love it. Okay. Anyway, reminiscent time is over. Let's get to work.
Jason is writing that he said that dragon fruit was deprecated. I forgot. Is that? Yeah, I think System.CommandLine earlier had also spawned off some experiments that they were experimenting with. I think they also intended to have like a separate renderer, and then you can write your own renderer. I'm not sure, I'm not using the right terms, but something like that. And I think, if I recall correctly, was dragon fruit that where you essentially have, I'm not sure if I recall correctly, let's see if we find it. System.CommandLine dragon fruit, because I think you kind of write your own main method. That's not really a main method, but then a source generator is rewriting everything. If I recall correctly, is that the example? So you could do something like have a main method, pass in your options, and that's it. So your small command line application would be super, super small.
That's nice.
Right, so the NuGet package is still around. But yeah, I think this was, this is also marked deprecated. Wonder if there is a bit of a longer example. Maybe we can reminiscence a little bit later about dragon fruit. Yeah. Cool. I think that a lot of APIs have changed. I think a lot of naming has changed, but I think the core principle is still like the same. Where I have no idea why this is not working, but we will find out.
Yeah.
Let's just comment it out and go back to it later. I think we still have a similar structure. So we start with a root command.
Yep.
Which may have options. Then we add subcommands, or we add commands. to that root command. Every command may have subcommands, and each command can have arguments and or options. Then we also need to set, damn it, now I can, because we took a bit of look before. Now I can only remember the new word, not the old, set action. This was called differently previously.
Yeah.
So
was it set command? No.
Set command, set action, set invoke. I can't recall. Because what we did is there is a migration guide. Yes.
Yeah.
And we briefly went through that and noted that previously it was called set handler.
Set handler, that was it. Yeah.
And now we set an action, and we can also have an async action with a cancellation token. Yeah. And so the set action is then the code that's executed if a certain command gets invoked. What we learned was also gone because we were using this heavily. There was an console abstraction.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't exist anymore. This is now turned into this is now part of invocation options or invocation configuration, something like that, but we'll figure it out, that we can pass to the command invoked. And yes, in the action, we can also get the parse result. So whatever, because we pass in the command line arguments that the user is passing, which are then parsed, and then read them, like read the version string, try to validate that this is indeed a semantic version, and so on. So we then read those options and arguments, and then we will run the library that we already have, the Inspector Roslyn library. And then at the end, I think we just need to, for the root command, we need to invoke that with the arguments that the user is passing in. And I think that's pretty much it that we now want to build. And would you like to give that a try and see how far we get?
Yeah, definitely. Should we first figure out what the commands are called?
Yeah, I guess that's actually a fair question. How do we design the API? I think we were thinking about, well, we could call it the root command, or later on the tool.
Yeah.
Call like Inspector Roslyn. Or inspect to be a verb. Depends on if we want to give it a noun or a verb, or just inspector. Or super uncertain naming.
Yeah. I feel like Inspector Roslyn would probably be. It's a bit long, right?
It is a bit long, yeah.
So I think
a bit unwieldy.
It would be the most accurate, but it's a bit long. I think we can. I think it would be fun to just be inspector potentially.
Inspector. Then let's go.
Well,
with
because. Yeah, I think so. I think inspector would be better than inspect, right? I don't know.
Well, inspect is even shorter, yeah. But I guess then, well, okay, that's 2 characters. That's the significant difference. One could argue, do we prefer actually, I'm not sure. What's
a noun or a verb?
Is the root command, should this be a noun or a verb? I mean, what do
question.
we use? We use .NET build. So
build is the verb.
Or git commit.
Yeah.
So the subcommands definitely have a verb.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. I think there is also .NET NuGet, and then subcommands like .NET NuGet. I forgot. Let's see. .NET NuGet. .NET NuGet Y. Oh yeah. .NET NuGet Y. So we kind of have. But there is also a standalone NuGet CLI. So you just say NuGet. I'm not sure. -- help. So I guess the first name is more of a product name.
Yeah.
The subcommands that have more subcommands kind of also tend to be a bit of a product name or an area, something like that. So they may be a noun. But the final command to which we then pass options, this one should be a verb, yeah.
Okay. So inspector.
Then there is also, let's see, the .NET diagnostic tools. Not sure if I find this now. .NET is, or the Microsoft team is also pushing some tools with which you can, like .NET Monitor, where you can observe. That goes a bit into the observability route, where you can observe logs and metrics and so on. I think there's also .NET Monitor, .NET Counters, which is for metrics and then shows metrics. Question is, how do you invoke that? Okay, so that's actually .NET Counter. So they use the package name and the command name is the same here. Yeah, so I guess we could also have, well, if we call our package inspector Roslyn, we could also, I'm super uncertain. What do you prefer?
Inspector.
Inspector it is.
If, any of you have better ideas,
Yes.
I'm open as well.
We don't, I guess we do a lot of naming of like web APIs and .NET APIs, but not too much CLI APIs, at least on this stream. So yeah, definitely need help.
I don't think we've ever not needed help with naming. I don't know. I don't even want to know how many tests we still haven't named properly as well.
Also,
like especially
that's
tests.
fair. Yeah, that's
it's
fair.
always like, a test.
We'll call it later.
Something. Let's see. All right. Okay. So how do we start? Where am I actually? Here. Hello.
I believe the entry point is still a root command.
Okay. Of type root command. Oh.
We may need a using. No, but type it out. I guess we need a using
command.
Probably System.CommandLine. Let's see if we can. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe the project isn't restored yet, so we don't have the package just yet. It is installed. Wait. Package reference include. Oh, wait. We have. Haha. That's why it's not working. We have global versioning. How's it called? Central package management. Yeah. So we need to not specify a version here. Oops. Just the name of the package that we want to consume, and then in directory packages prop, this is where we specify the version actually. Okay. Now, if we restore, it's restoring already. Now everything should be available.
Yay! Oh, there it is. There it is. And I think we can. What? We can pass in a description as well.
Let's see. What? The script. Oh, the root. Right. The root command itself doesn't have a name, because it will be the name of the executable.
Oh.
So later on, yes.
Great.
So later on, when we create a NuGet package, there will be something like, I'm not sure, but this is for next stream, something like tool name or something, and this is where we're then gonna use inspector. This is not quite right, but yeah, we'll cover this in the next episode when we actually start to publish it. But that's a bit of a teaser. Yes. So okay, cool.
Teaser. So do we?
Yeah. What? I mean,
well, we don't. Do we need a description? I think it was it optional?
it is
Okay,
optional.
we should have. Yeah, we should have it. Or do you want a description?
Well, we could say Inspector Roslyn for now.
Yes. Yes. All right. Good start. Good start.
Now we need a command. So now is the...
I have a command, a root command.
Yes, but now we need a... So because,
Yep.
well, our functionality will be, we start with the NuGet path. So the input will be essentially a package name, which is required, and a package version, which is optional, and of course the command that we call something. We could have something like, NuGet inspect, or we just call it NuGet, and then pass the options. So so depending on the hierarchy, we may need more or less command nesting. So what would you, how would you like to? Well, definitely we need, yes. But do we want to have one or two? So do we?
Is that like a command? Yes.
Or do we just pass in? We could also say, we could also turn it around and have an inspect command. And the inspect command then is NuGet, to which we then pass the options. So what would we, how do you prefer to invoke that command?
Which command? Sorry.
Well, the command that is then going to NuGet, downloading the package, and inspecting the package.
Okay. So I would say, I would go inspector, inspect package. Oh, but we don't not only support, we don't. Do you want the NuGet in there as well? Or
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Inspector inspect is also stupid. Is that silly? I don't know.
Let's just start with something we haven't published. We won't publish it immediately, so we can change it later. So what do you like to start with?
Because do we have anything else? Can the inspector do anything else other than inspect?
Well, we could. No, it should only do inspection stuff.
Yeah.
That's the name. Right. Now I know what you mean.
So now I'm thinking.
Because other functionality that we may then add into the future is doing, what we can add right away is also to inspect a DLL directly, something that is on disk, not a NuGet package. We already built that. We could, what we want to build later on is also to provide a diff view to see the public API difference of various package versions. So we will have later, the longer a tool lives, the more commands it will have. Yeah. So what
I think
API should we have to call to invoke the NuGet inspection functionality?
Yeah. I'm now going back to. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
We could also be more specific and also mention components or something with components and extensions, because this is what we're inspecting. We're inspecting the Roslyn components or the compiler extensions. But then it gets quite long. Depends on how verbose we want to be. Sorry, what were you about to say?
Well, now I'm actually thinking maybe our inspector, well, it can only inspect. So if I want to give the inspector a command, I would say inspect this package. Done. So I would maybe get rid of the inspector after all, even though that was my favorite before. So inspect package, and then a version or not, or whatever else we like.
So then we need a subcommand called package. So let's add to our root command a command that is called package.
Command dot add? No.
I think dot add, that was the old way. Sorry. Wait, I want to invoke the completion list. Because I think add was the old way. Now we say
subcommand.
Subcommands, yes. Which is an I list. So we should be able to add to that.
Add? Add a... Wait, what do I have to put in?
Well, subcommands consist of commands. So we now create a new command.
Oh, okay. New command.
Which I think should
that
get
takes a name. Perfect. And we just said inspect, right?
Name and optionally a description. No, you said package.
Oh.
We just cut off because inspect would be the root.
Yes,
Or
yes. And
essentially.
Yep. And the description is package to be inspected. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Just to have something for now. Maybe we then see later on. Maybe we can think of something.
Yeah.
More descriptive
cool,
later.
Cool.
And so now, how do we want to design we could say that the name of the package, that's required. But the version is optional. And if we don't pass the version, we use the latest, which means there's now two options. Haha, pun not intended. Not funny either.
My goodness. I get that one.
We could have the package name as an argument and the version as an option.
Yeah.
Or we could have the name as a required option. That kind of sounds weird. A required option, not so optional after all. So we could make the name an argument and the version an option. So for that, we now need a reference to this command. So let's store this in a separate local variable.
Okay.
I'll just call this package.
Yes.
And adding it here. And now let's add an argument and an option to this command.
I think I tried to do this up here, didn't I? Woohoo! Can I just steal this?
Not with a semicolon. This needs to be just a colon at the end, since that's a collection initializer. So apparently, we're now talking about collection initializers again.
Yeah.
So apparently, command has an add method. Yes, so we can add arguments and options, and also commands. Okay, so we could actually do it all inline. Interestingly, cool. So yeah, let's add the option with the name version. Yeah, and let's add an argument with. No, an argument doesn't have a name. I think it only has a description.
New argument.
And that's also string, yeah. I think this one doesn't have a name, but only a description, because arguments are positional and options are named. No, actually, argument does have a name. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Name or package name. Well, we are in the package command, so let's call it name, yeah.
Yeah.
And as a description, we should be able to set package name. Cool. No.
Oh.
Does argument not have a description? Ah, okay. Well, oops. Oh, okay, there is a description. But there is no, there is no constructor that allows setting a description. So we could say description equals
package name, right?
Package name, yes. Cool. Let's actually see. Okay, if this does something already, the last thing we need to do, I think, is then Yeah, just invoke the root command.
Command.invoke. No. Would have been too
Does
good.
it not have? I was hoping it has invoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It doesn't. That means, I don't know, what? The command has an invoke. Is there maybe there's an extension method? There is not. Let's check the docs.
Yes.
I thought we looked for invoke, no?
Yep. We need to change this as well.
How to parse and invoke a command. Oh, wait a second.
Ooh.
My bad. We need to parse it. And then we can, okay, we need to parse the command and we can then invoke the result of that. Okay. So we need to parse it, pass in the argument.
Result. I don't know. Command dot parse.
Then we parse in the arguments that the user is passing in.
Yep.
Or the caller is passing in. So that's just
package.args? No,
just args.
Okay. Easy.
Since we're in a top level, we're in top level statements, and this is as if it was a main method, and we get the string array of args. That's just there.
Nice.
And now we can invoke the result. Yeah.
So dot invoke. Perfect. Amazing.
And let's see what that does. Let's open up the terminal.
Exciting.
Let's see if we just run it. We get, we have some zip. Oh, okay.
No.
Let's deal with that later.
Let's deal with that later.
Okay. Names and aliases cannot contain white spaces. Okay.
Come on.
So.
What? Oh,
no, wait a second. This is description.
This is a description?
Names and aliases. Options. That's an alias, not a description. I see. So for the description, we need to do the same here.
Okay. Easy.
That's aliases.
Should we have an alias as well?
Yeah, we could have just V, yeah.
Yeah. Right? Is that good?
V for vendetta. No. I'm not sure if you actually need the dashes here as well. Well, we'll find out.
I think we do. That sounds reasonable.
I'm not sure if it does it automatically. Okay, so we can say, well, this is just when we invoke the command. If we do, so we see we have our package command. And this is definitely from us because it originally it authentically has a typo. So that's from us. Package.
Wonderful.
Because that's the cool thing about system command line. You automatically get the dash help option.
Yeah.
And white. Yes, we do need to set the single dash V and double dash version ourselves.
Yep.
And cool. If we were to invoke that, now it would do nothing, I suppose. It just gets the help. So yes, because we need handler, a former handler, an action to add to our package command that is invoked when the command is invoked. Do you want to add that?
We're adding to package a action. And
action have a set? I think there is a set action method.
Okay.
We could also set it like such. Wait a second.
Action.
There is
But
There's
it is
an
also a
action.
selection.
It's confusing me. It has an action property that's settable, but also a set action method, but it has a different signature. Probably remarks, use one of the set action overloads to construct a handler. Okay. The handler represents the action it performs. I'm not sure about the setup, but okay. Yeah, no, it needs to be set action.
Yes, set action. But we need an action
And
to give
there's
the
no
action.
various overloads, so
package.
we can use, it takes a parse result. The delegate takes a parse result.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I
good.
need to.
Now we need to write a delegate.
This is a parse result, isn't this? Oh,
no,
this
that's
is
a
not.
different. Yes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think that's a well, yes and no, but
we need a new parse result.
It will be passed into the delegate. No. We don't need to pass anything here. It will be an input to the delegate or to the lambda, if you know what I mean.
What? But
should I write it?
No, I can write it. I can.
Okay.
I get it.
So we need a lambda
that
takes because a lambda is like a method, but it just doesn't have any name, and the method has a return type, which can be void, and has a list of arguments, which can be empty. But we have one argument, parse result. And since it's an action, the delegate is void. So we write a delegate that doesn't return anything, but receives a parse result.
Okay, you write it. I'm
So we need to, if we were writing it as a method, we would be saying return type, name of the method, and then the argument parse result.
Yeah.
Now, essentially, all I'm doing is removing the name.
Yeah.
Oops, don't do that. Add the arrow here. Well, remove the void, and now we have our lambda, and can write our code block here.
Okay.
Because this is what the signature, or there is multiple overloads. One of them is taking an action of type parse result, which is then the input to the lambda or the delegate.
And so here, like we say, when we have this, no, actually,
essentially, now what we need to do is we need to, the existing code that we have, where we invoke Inspector Roslyn, boom.
Yep.
I'm just pasting this in here.
Yeah. Okay.
Not commented out. Well, the first thing we see is we are asynchronous. So yeah, let's also make this asynchronous, and I think then there's an overload that takes that also accepts a cancellation token. So we now have an asynchronous delegate. And from the parse result, we need to extract the package name so that we can fill it in. Maybe let's, let's bring that back, because import missing. What we need here is the package name and the package version, but we need to extract these
from
the parse result. Yes, exactly.
Ooh.
I wouldn't do it inline here. Let's do it in lines before to not have one huge line of doom.
This is string, right? I keep writing var, but I know you prefer it. So.
We could also say, if we like var, then as long as it's persistent, I don't mind too much anymore these days.
Oh, really? What changed your mind? Was it me being annoying? No. Okay.
No. It's not important. There's more important things to worry about.
True.
And I have no idea how to get this now. Let's see what we got. Action command result, configuration errors. I hope there are none. Invocation configuration root command result. Not sure what that is. Tokens. unmatched tokens. Okay. So we can even get, I think what an unmatched token is
Yeah.
a token on the command that were not matched by the parser. So I think if we were passing our command package, now we pass in some package name, but also some -- version 1, 2, 3, and then more. But this more is not matched because we don't have a more option. So I think then this will show up as an unmatched token if I'm reading that correctly. But yeah, so we could technically then write code that says if we have unmatched tokens, then fail if we want to be super aggressive. But yeah, we can think about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty aggressive.
So we need to get value. And get value. So there's two get values. One with an argument and one with an option. We already declared our arguments and options, but we don't have them as local fields. So we need to turn these two, local field, into a local variable. We need to turn these two into local variables.
Okay.
And then use them in here to get the value.
Like this? No, not like this.
Well, we can't do it in here because we're in a collection expression. We need to pull that out of the collection expression.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can you can't do any alt enter, right? On your end. Because what you could do is
wait, I can try. I couldn't do it before, but something was loading. No, I can't do it.
Okay.
Keep saying waiting for context actions.
Okay. So can just do introduce variable. So this is the version option and the name argument. And now we can use that here and just pass the name option or the name argument. Maybe that's even being more precise. That's the name argument and the version option. So we should be able to pass in the name argument in here.
Oh.
And converting a null to a possible. Oh, okay. This might be null. I guess when it's not matched, maybe.
Yep.
So yeah, so let's turn the string into a nullable string. Now we have nullable warnings, but let's come to these later. Maybe we can enforce this to not be nullable and fail if it's not provided. And now, if you wouldn't mind, we also need to extract the option, the version of the result.
So version number, or what is it? What is that? Is that also a string?
Currently, we declared this option as a string. Yes. I wonder if we can declare it as a version. Well, I guess we now need to parse it.
Oh,
so because what
package
we need,
version you have done here. Sorry.
Yes, but what our API needs, we actually have a NuGet version type here.
Ooh.
Because a string, the string could contain hello world technically. So we need to parse that, or try to parse it into a version, or into a NuGet version.
Here or upstairs? Up there.
Well, no, we can't do it here because here we now extract the string, which could be hello world. Now in a separate instruction, we need to try to extract a. So I'll just call this just version. And try to get now a NuGet version, or try to parse it into a NuGet version in the next step without having auto-completion giving it away.
I want to go. I want this back.
Well, it's.
I mean, try part. No.
Well.
What was it?
Yeah, well, this won't work because that's just a string. How does a string know how to convert it into a NuGet version? But NuGet version has a factory method, or usually the type that you want to Create usually has factor or can have factory methods.
Version. Is that right? What?
Yeah, well, the thing about try parse is it's similar to dictionary, the try get value. Usually try something methods, they return a Boolean, and then the result is an out. And the Boolean will be false if parsing fails. We could also be more aggressive and just parse and then let some exception propagate if it's not a valid string. So instead of try parse, there may also be just a parse overload method group, which would fail if it's invalid, or null as well, because, well, if we pass in null or empty, we throw. Okay, let's give that a try. I'm just copying in more code for printing. Maybe let's just create a method here. Static void print, where we pass in components. Then we just pass them to print. Oops. And let's find out what it does. If we now, well, maybe let's run it with a smaller package. Well, we produced, we can test it against our source generator that we built quite a while back in version 050, and see what that does. This should include 3 generators, if I'm not mistaken. And it works.
Nice.
Well, apart from all the warnings.
What warnings? I can't see them.
Yes, because, well, our app starts here. We could say to essentially do a little.
Wow.
We start. This is where we start. We'll fix the warnings later. And
nice.
So it's a C# component that has 3 generator extensions.
Okay, cool. Done. Ship it.
Ship. Now I'm wondering how error handling is done. What if we enter something that is not a semantic version? 123.123.4. This is not a semantic. This is like a .NET style version, which has 4 components. Why am I holding 5? It has 4 components, but a NuGet version, or a semantic version, has 3 components. So this should fail. The parse method now should fail.
Ooh.
And we get yes.
Wow.
No, wait a second. That is. Oh, actually, no. Parsing succeeds.
Why? They can't. The NuGet package
Apparently,
fails when
they
it tries
don't
to get the NuGet package,
apparently
right?
they also parse doesn't fail if it has 4 components. So if I were to pass in the problem is, I think in our inspector code, oops, sorry, wrong tab. NuGet package was not copied. I think this is actually the download. Our download is failing.
Yeah.
We have some invalid operation. This is a custom exception. Something is null. So we need to improve the error handling on our side there. But the parsing actually succeeded. So if I was using, the proper version, but maybe just add a 99 at the end, I guess it should kind of still work. No, wait a second. No, it doesn't, because it can't. That confuses me. Okay, does a NuGet version has more than 4 components? Then it doesn't. Okay, something really messes up the NuGet version if we pass in 4 components.
But isn't it just that the NuGet package with this version is just not found, and therefore the download fails?
Yes, probably. Let's check in our code. I suppose because we pass in the version. Okay, yeah, exactly. We run exactly. Oh, there is a to-do. Yes. So
Lovely.
Okay. I guess we could say, make this a bit better by saying package in version not found, package ID and version, which should make the error more descriptive. Oh yeah, now it needs to compile the library as well, and you're streaming, so it takes a while. Okay, there we go. But it really, what is surprising me is that we have 4. Wait a second, this is not a. What's the version? Because I thought has a major. Actually, can we? What am I? What am I? Can we debug? Well, we should be able to debug by just setting the args to whatever we want to do. So we could say package. Actually, let's just copy the input. And debug this to see, because I was expecting this parse to fail when it's not a semantic version, but maybe NuGet, the NuGet version is supports more than semantic version does. Major is 0, minor is 5, patch is 0, but the 99. Ooh, okay, no, there is a revision actually. And this is similar because the revision that comes from the .NET version. So the NuGet version also has 4 components. Well, actually, it has even more because the semantic version has a major, a minor, a patch, optionally a pre-release tag.
Yeah.
That you say where you say dash pre-release, and optionally some metadata where you say plus, and then can add some metadata. So you at least have minor, major, minor, patch, and then optionally a pre-release tag and or metadata. But apparently the NuGet version, so that's what a semantic version is. But the NuGet version also has a revision, which is similar to the version that .NET has, which also has 4 components: major, minor, build, and revision. Yeah, but
okay.
I think we should. Does NuGet actually, because that's a NuGet version, I'm surprised. Does NuGet support like 5 component versions? So could we publish a package that is 1, 2, 3, 4? I wonder now. I've never seen a package that has 4 components, usually just 3. So I'm wondering if there is some property that we could check to, maybe this one is semver2. We could say if it's not a semver2, we fail. Because we expect a semantic version.
What? What is semver2? Is semver2? I mean, it's a bool, but what does it check?
So semantic versioning is also versioned. Okay. I do not know how the spec for semantic version 1 is, but let's take a look.
Okay.
So there is, is it semver.org? Yes, it is semver.org. And that's the spec, the specification for semantic versioning, version 1.
Yep.
But yeah, I think everybody's using version 2 now, or all the tools using version 2. So the NuGet version has a property to say, is this semantic versioning fulfilled? Which it is if it has a major minor patch version, and optionally, and yeah, all of that being fulfilled, and optionally a pre-release and or optionally metadata. I think pre-release also is restricted to like alphanumeric characters, or actually only ASCII alphanumeric characters. So if everything applies, then issemver is true. So what I'd like to do is to check if it is not semver 2, we throw.
If it is not.
If it's not, yes, because I'd expect, I've never seen a non-semver 2 package version on NuGet.
Okay.
And -- version is not semver 2 compatible. Okay. And then we print the version again, what the user passed in. So I guess this is what I would expect.
I think we need a $ sign.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And cool. Well,
we need a $. Yeah.
Another problem is we actually throw an exception. That's maybe not so cool. No. We should just print an error and then actually exit with a non-zero exit code. Because yeah, who cares about the stack trace? Because this is not a problem of the application. This is a problem of the user input. So validation is failing. So this shouldn't be an unhandled exception. It's actually an expected path. So we need to find out how to write, not console write, but how to write an error. Well, I guess we could do console write, console.error.writeLine. But that's kind of weird. Maybe we should avoid using console altogether. Would you mind exploring? Maybe there is something on parse result that we can use in order to write into some stream. Because in the older version, there was an iCommand abstraction, but this doesn't exist anymore. So I'm wondering if we find something.
Well, I found errors. Does that help?
No, because those are parse errors.
Oh.
So, well, those are parse errors from what the user is passing into the CLI. This is not a parse error that we are doing here with our code. System.command.line doesn't know what we do.
Okay.
I'll briefly check the docs.
Yes.
So that's the migration guide. iCommand. We used iConsole before, so that's gone. Invocation configuration exposes 2 text writers, output and error. Yes. So in output we write the good things and in error the bad things. So we need to find, is there something like configuration?
Yeah.
That looks good. Error.
Exactly. Woohoo.
And let's instead then, so that's a text writer, so there should be a write line. So you can write line async. I mean, we're an async method, why not? Might as well. So instead we write an error. But now we need to kind of stop. We need to stop. So I'm going to return here. But we also should set the status code or the exit code to something non-zero. Because 0 default indicates success, non-zero indicates failure. So I wonder if we can set a exit code, status code, something like exit code, I think should be the name.
But on where?
Should be on result, because that's the only input we really have. Unless I'll explore the API if there is anything, if there's another overload.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a. Okay. My bad. There is an overload that returns a task of int. So we should be able to just return a number or a 32-bit integer, actually.
Okay. So 1.
Yeah. That means now this doesn't compile anymore, because at the end we now need to return 0, because every code path needs to return an integer now, and should do it. I guess we can think about status codes and then have some map of status code, where essentially now, in our case, 1 means version is not a semantic version. Or we could be more general and say 1 means user, like a format, input format error. Unexpected input format, something like that. We can think about the granularity and error codes later. But something to be considerate about, because I mean this is actually then part of the, we're not designing the shape of the API, and everything we change would be a breaking change. If we would from one release change the return code in some case to another one, would be technically a behavioral breaking change.
Yeah.
Because maybe the caller listens to, hey, when there is status code 1, I don't know, ignore it. But if it's not status code 1, then do something. I don't know. Just
oh no! Now I'm getting nervous.
Technically, well, we release it.
One is bad, is what you say.
We release it as alpha and then, or as pre-release, and then we can do whatever we want.
I want to change this now. What's a good status code for user input error?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you do know. I'm sure you do. Something. 100.
I don't know about
1. Done.
There we go. Now it's
101. 1001.
1001 is our status code for user input error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's actually put this. Let's actually document this a bit more clearly.
Oh my goodness.
Let's say, let's do a status codes type.
Yeah.
Where we have a static class, where we have a bunch of. Actually, let's make them constants. There we go. Oh, it's a.
Oh, that's much better. I want this one.
Version not semver2. You want this one? Okay,
yes.
Let's do this. So it's 1,001,100.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
Good. I think I did it potentially. Yes. Looks good.
But let's actually use this constant. So let's status code dot.
Yes.
Not semver, and there we go.
Done.
And we'll now document all of our status code in here, and if we change 1, and then we could create some documentation out of that. Or what we could do is we could create an option to the root command that lists all status codes. We could, if we want to, or we create a markdown file in our repository. But many options to deal with options. And do we have a new viewer? We have. I'm not sure I pronounce it.
Thanks for joining. Right in the middle.
And we are up to. We are building a .NET tool.
Yep.
Which is essentially a CLI application that is based on System.commandLine, which is exploring or inspecting NuGet packages for compiler extensions. And when we actually run this, currently our parsing should kick in because we pass in a bad version This version is not SemVer 2 compatible. And if we do pass in the correct version, we should get in. Oh, my bad. I was still in debug mode. I was overriding the arguments. So totally ignoring what we were passing in here. But now we should. And get in.
Oh. See?
No, that's
we want the
embarrassing.
SemVer 2. We want some, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just learned about the SemVer thing,
But
and I
why
guess I didn't
is-
understand it.
Apparently, me neither. I was expecting this 0.5.0
Yeah,
to be a SemVer 2, but it's not.
but it's not.
Oh, wait a second. No, my bad.
Oh, we still have
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, no, but that was the, if I remove that and make it a proper SemVer, 0.5.0.
Oh, okay.
Then this is false. Now I'm wondering. Okay. It is only a semantic version 2 if I was interpreting this wrong. It's only SemVer 2 if it actually oh, wait a second. Is that what makes a SemVer 2? Because if we go back to the spec, semantic version 1.
Yep.
I misunderstood the property. Semantic version 1, because semantic versions is also versioned, doesn't have the pre-release and metadata. A semantic version 1 is major.minor.patch.
Yeah.
If we additionally have either a pre-release or metadata and or a pre-release with metadata, this is what makes it a version 2 semantic version. And this is a semantic version 1.
Okay.
How often do you say version? Okay, I didn't know.
So, but then why did it fail both times? Because when we have the 0.5.0.99, that's then a SemVer 2.
Yeah, our check was...
And it still failed.
Our check was... Yeah, what we want, because what we want is NuGet version also allows a revision version. So essentially what we want to check is not, is it a SemVer 2, because both a SemVer 1 version and a SemVer 2 version are okay. What we want to check is instead, is the revision.
Is it a SemVer 3? Oh, no.
And if the revision, what is the default of revision? Oh, is legacy version. What does this mean?
Is
If the
legacy
NuGet version is using, that's legacy behavior. Okay, so NuGet version, that's, I think, is what was troubling us. So NuGet version also has a legacy which contains a revision, but newer NuGet version does not. So we need to ask it if it is a legacy version, then it's invalid.
Nice. Okay, cool. But then do we,
So it's not SemVer compatible, neither V1 nor V2. So version is not SemVer.
Okay, nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's try it.
It's a legacy. Let's try that. Yes, so let's remove our hard coding, setting the arguments so that we actually run the code. And if we pass in 99, which is now a legacy version, it says But if you pass in a legal semantic version, in this case a SemVer 1 version, now it works.
Lovely.
But what if we pass in something that not a version.
We need a new status code.
Now we run into an argument exception because this is where the parse now fails. So we actually need to, well, we again get an exception, but passing in a wrong version is not an error of our application. It's a user input error, so we need to validate it. So actually, let's turn this try parse instead, or let's turn what you wanted to do earlier. So that is actually a correct path. Turn this parse into a try parse, and if it's unsuccessful, then again, we can print something like that. Would you like to give that a try, or do you know how to do that?
Oh, I'll figure it out. I've got plenty of help.
The difference is parse returns the NuGet version. What try parse does instead, it returns
it's bool. A bool, right?
Yeah. Yes, but has a second argument, an out argument, where then the result is in if it is true. So if parsing succeeds.
Oh, package. That's wrong, right? Is that? No, that's right. That's right.
Yes. So in the.
Oh my goodness.
Just remove that.
Yes.
And auto formatting doesn't work anymore.
Okay. So if this is true, then we out that. No, if it's, I'm confused now. What do I do?
If try parse fails, we wanna again write an error and return with a non-success status code. Status code.
Okay, so if it's not,
if it's unsuccessful,
thingy, okay.
And we can essentially do the same as below.
The same as below. This one, this one, both of these.
Yeah.
But we need a new name and a new number.
No, we can think. Well, we can think about it. Do we want to have a separate? Because currently the error we expose is just it's not SemWord. It's not SemWord compatible.
Oh, that's actually
neither the legacy version nor an invalid NuGet version is SemWord compatible. Now we could instead have two errors. One that says if it's not a valid NuGet version, and one if it's a legacy version. If you want to expose that.
No.
Or we just say not a valid version, and that's it. So because we expect it to be semantic version. So we don't leak the detail that it's actually a NuGet version, which has a legacy mode. So actually I also prefer not having it in one, so we don't leak our implementation detail. Because if we were kind of allowing unless you want to actually do that.
No, I don't.
Well, actually we could also, because it's about NuGet, and NuGet has apparently a legacy version. Now that I think about it, actually we could do that as well. Now I'm undecisive. How do you want to do it?
Well, I actually already said what I wanted to do, but if the users, maybe our potential users, the viewers, have any strong feelings about it, I don't know. Is this useful for potential future users, or should we just move on?
While we wait for answers, we can simplify this as well.
Yeah.
You can actually inline with newer C#. You can actually inline this into one declaration where you not only specify the out argument, but also declare it.
Okay. Just like this?
Yes. Ooh. It is, if you take a look at the resulting lowered and IL code, exactly the same. It's just a bit of a shorthand. And I think this is also nullable, which now means there is actually a cool attribute here. Not null when. So this is actually, oops, there we go. So this is, oh, wait a second, try parse. So this is actually nullable. But if the try pass returns true, it's not null when the method returns true. And we have here an if block. So if we are in the if block that is negated, it returns false. So if it's false, it's actually nullable. So if we were trying to invoking something here, that even, oh, wait a second. So we get a nullable warning because the attribute here says not null when true. If it's false, it is null. So here it's null, but if we are in the true block, which is essentially afterwards, well, here we don't get a warning. Do you see what I mean? If we're using it within the in block, we get a nullable warning because we're accessing something that might be null, but outside of this block, we don't.
True.
And this is due to the not null when it's a little bit of German to do. True mute. So when this method returns true, it's not null. And the compiler understands, here we negated it, and if it's false, we return here. So if it's false, execution stops here. If it's true, execution continues there, but now the compiler knows it's true, therefore it's not null.
Nice. So we don't get the warning.
So we don't get the warning, yes.
Okay, I guess, yeah. I guess we have to decide for ourselves whether we want to. So why did you want to add this little detail about the NuGet version? What's the benefit again?
Well, I didn't know that NuGet has a legacy version.
Oh.
For users that do know and understand this, would be
then
cool.
We would
legacy version, I made a mistake. And I know exactly, it could be more revealing as to what the mistake is, because I passed in 4 components instead of 3.
Fair enough.
On the other hand, it could also be confusing. I didn't know before what is legacy version. So if I was presented with the error half an hour ago, I wouldn't know. I just know now. So we could say not everybody knows, and then have it just in one. So I guess it's, do we want to be detailed? But the more detailed, the more confusing.
It's just a small change, right? So it's just like having a different code and just slightly different, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then let's be super specific for now.
Let's be super specific.
So we would have annoying later.
Version not NuGet, and version is NuGet legacy. Would be then the 2 error codes. What should be the error code of the both? They should have different error codes. Or, well, we could also say it's the same error code. Or we say 2 different error codes.
2 different error codes, because otherwise that will be confusing, right? Because then you look up the error code and then
fair.
You still don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Fair.
Right.
Then we can be more precise and say version is not NuGet compatible, and version is a legacy NuGet version.
Yeah.
And now we should get, if we add in something that it's not a version at all, we get it's not a version. It's not NuGet compatible. And if we add 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, a legacy NuGet version, we get, that's a legacy NuGet version. And essentially,
that's it.
That's the core of our tool already.
It is. Ship it.
Yes. Well, next episode.
Next episode.
One thing I would like to chat about is you get a couple of warnings. Let's get rid of them. Okay, we have async here, so we can just forward the cancellation token. And this is actually what we did here now. This is a diagnostic. That's an analyzer, and there is a fixer. I do Alt Enter. and fix the problem. It's gone. Up here we have some warning. Are there? Yes, that's not needed. Oh, package name. Possible null reference. Okay. Yes. One case. What if no name is passed in the first place? If we just say package and pass in a version, now we will run into, required argument missing. Okay.
Okay. That actually.
What if we just pass in like empty parentheses? So actually, can this ever be null? This is what I'm wondering now.
Yeah.
Required argument missing. Cool. So that means it cannot be null. So we can just suppress the nullable warning here, because in our case, this can't be null. So we got rid of most errors except the nasty package version protocol that we have. So we have a NuGet version that has a known vulnerability. Okay, that is bad. So we should upgrade our dependencies. Something that we might also discuss in the next episode, how we could do this automatically and have some automatic thing.
Automation?
Automation, yes. Fix this for us. The problem is we don't reference this directly, but it seems to be no. Never mind. Oh, wait a second. That's not here. That's, of course, in our library. Yes, so NuGet protocol has a known vulnerability. So let's just upgrade this version to the latest, which I hope does not have this vulnerability anymore. And we should be free of any warnings.
Oh. Nope.
Well, those are different warnings now. Okay, we still have some.
Oops. Did it? Why is it more now? Wasn't it? Let's downgrade again.
No, they were there before,
Yeah.
but they weren't. I think if there is, because the previous warnings were on restore, those warnings are now later, not on restore, but on build. So I guess we're just missing some smaller improvements. I'm surprised that Wider is not showing them, or is it? And we just didn't see them. When we do an await here, well, to configure await false, but it's actually not necessary here because we're in a command line application and you don't need to use configure await false in the command line application. So for our command line application, we can actually suppress the CA227, 2007, if I recall correctly. Yes. Oh, this is an analyzer that we wrote, or not wrote, but we are using banned symbols. But apparently we still use them. Why this wasn't one, because we have these banned symbols here where we don't use them anymore. But we still have that functionality because we actually now have both. We have a reflection-based solution and a Roslyn-based solution. Currently, our tool is only exposing the Roslyn-based solution because it's safer. The reflection-based solution might execute code from the NuGet package, so this could be a vulnerability, but we're not exposing this. So I guess we can ignore the banned symbols for now and see what other warnings we still have left. There is more consider. Where's the await? We await here. Configure await. Here, we need a configure await false. Here we now should do configure await false because this is a library. And if we expose this library later on as a NuGet package, we don't know under which context this library is running. So if you don't know the consumer, you should do configure await false. If you do know, and you know it's a command line application or an ASP.NET Core application, you don't need it. If it's WPF application, then you do need it. But yeah, I guess we could fill an entire episode of what configure await does. What else do we have? Ends with could vary. Okay, we have some culture.
What?
Some culture issue.
There
Sounds weird. String-based operations.
Yep.
There was always like a culture when it comes to string comparison. Starts with the same, yeah. Well, we don't use any characters that could cause issues, but there is, when it comes to equality, like in German, you have like a regular S, you have a double S, and you have the scharfes S. And if in some cases, the double S equals the scharfes S.
Yeah.
But that's a German thing. But in our case, we actually don't want to get, and per default, you get the current culture of the machine that is running. There's also other culture things like the date and time. Maybe you want to show your date time in a 12-hour format with AM and PM. Maybe you want to have a 24-hour format. So this is why those culture inputs and outputs exist. But in our case, we just want to have...
I get it. So like on my machine where it's maybe English, like I would get like the double S, for example, but on your machine it would be the sharp S. And then if there's something trying to match it, it's say, oh, I don't know this word, even though you do know it, but you're just looking at the wrong S.
Depending on the code, could be, yes, you could have.
Yeah.
I think you could have such a scenario.
And with time, it's the opposite. Like, okay, this is valid until, and then it's like some you know.
No, not quite. When it comes
time.
to time, it would be only for the output, like how you render the time. Do you render it in a 12-hour format or 24-hour format? That's a little bit different. Now, for this problem, it's about string comparisons. And per default, you get the current culture, whatever is currently used on the machine, which means the string comparison could technically vary depending on where we run the code.
Okay.
If we don't want to do that, then we pass in ordinal. And now, well, there's also the invariant culture, which is the same on every machine, regardless of the culture of the machine. But I think this is the English, essentially the US American culture. For example, if you do a string format with invariant culture, you get a comma for a decimal separator of a number. If you select a German, you get a dot.
Yeah.
And you get actually reverse that. The thousand separator in the English culture is a comma and the decimal separator is a point. And in German, it's the other way around. It's no, wait a second. Now I'm confusing it. I'm confusing myself.
But I do get it. Like there's a difference. I always get confused when I do any like bank transfers. Yes. I'm like, which one is it?
I'm not confusing it. Yeah. So we could have the invariant culture, which is the same across all machines, but it's still some culture. Yeah. If you do ordinal, in this case, this will do a character-based UTF-16 comparison. So there is no, like what you see is what you get kind of a thing.
Got it.
And in order to ensure that they behave, I mean, we won't run into a problem here, but just to be sure, or the analyzer wants you to be specific about it. And if we pass ordinal, then it's exactly the string that is matched, character by character basis. Here we're missing a configure await.
Okay.
Parse, again, parse can be culture sensitive. Well, parsing an int, yes. This already include cultural things like, or number formatting things. Well, first of all, there could be culture involved. Is the 1000 separator now a dot or a comma?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to floating point numbers, then you have the same question for the decimal separator. And other question is, do you even allow 1000 separators? Do we allow the separators, or are those separators invalid? So there's already questions how you can control the parsing. Since we are parsing here a semantic version, there shouldn't be any separators or something in there, in the numbers. So we would say for number style, I think the number style number actually allows, you see this is a, what's it called, a flags enum. Also like allow leading white spaces, allow trailing white spaces, allow a sign like plus and minus. Well, this is all irrelevant for version. So I think the number style none is what we want. That's just a raw number. No white spaces, trailing or leading, no sign, no leading signs like a plus and minus, no 1000 separators, no exponents, because that's no currency. That's not part of the parsing here. So we have a number style of none here. And
one more.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
me to the right.
Oh no, that's, I think that's, well, that's just I think it's more of a writer error, not one of our analyzers. So we might be free of warnings now.
Nope. Never.
Okay, well, but I guess we get the point. We could now, we'll go through them. So we still have somewhere some nullability problem. We have some more cultural questions with number styles and format provider. So we parse a bit more. We need to go, so there's more code we need to check. Yeah, those actually, so we would repeat what we did already, checking nullable and cultural. But yeah, actually it's here. Oh, do we also need to pass in the ordinal? No, wait a second. That's culture info, invariant culture. Okay. Anyway, cool. Should we go a little bit into native AOT, because we kind of teased it? Well, in the announcement we teased it, but yeah, super briefly. Because the problem is when we run this application, well, it's not a problem. What happens is here we are now compiling our application, but once it is compiled, there is still, we still have just-in-time compilation phase. So actually we compile twice.
Yeah.
First, when we have our C# code and turn this into a DLL or into an executable. But this contains IL code, which is intermediate language, and this runs everywhere. No, actually, this runs nowhere because IL code cannot be executed by a processor. It doesn't work. So what needs to happen, the thing that we deployed, this could be our tool, our .NET tool. When we run it here on a Windows X 64-bit machine, we still need the just-in-time compiler to actually turn this IL code into machine-specific code and machine-specific instructions that actually can be executed by the processor. The cool thing is, well, this IL deployable is platform independent. It runs everywhere where .NET runs and where we have a just-in-time compiler available. We don't have a just-in-time compiler available everywhere. For example, on iOS, you can't do just-in-time compilation. It's not allowed. So for scenarios where we can't have the just-in-time compiler, or where we don't want to have this startup, because it takes time to takes time to compile. And well, if it's a longer-lived application like a web server, then just-in-time compilation is not just fine, but great. Because just-in-time compilation, it's so optimized, it's tiered. So at the beginning, it produces code fast. So the first compilation is super fast, but it may not produce the fastest code. It produces code fast, but maybe not the most efficient code. So when now the runtime understands that a specific portion of the application, like a specific method is called many times, let's say 1,000 times, at some point the runtime understands this might be a hot path. It's worth to recompile this code into most efficient code. So then these portions are recompiled with tier 1. First it's tier 0, which is now fast or fastest code. With some with more optimizations applied, and then replaces the tier 0 code with the tier 1 code. And now you have more efficient code. And for longer-lived applications like an ASP.NET Core Server application, this is not just fine, this is actually really, really good. Because this optimization every year they improve this step and you always get more efficient code here, and it's amazing. But for super short-lived applications like our command line application that lives for, I don't know, I mean, most time is spent in some waiting for network replies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't run long. So the just-in-time compiler can't really, was es entfachen?
Oh my goodness.
It can't really do its work. It can't really
entfachen?
Or entfalten.
I don't know.
It doesn't live long enough to release all of its goodness. For lack of a better word. Well, there is a better word.
Unfold.
Unfold?
It cannot unfold itself. It cannot unfold properly. It's not right. Is it?
No, okay. I'm not sure. Maybe. It cannot unfold itself, yeah. Because the application...
There's also unfurl. That's really funny. That sounds very similar.
Never heard it.
Me neither, but...
yeah, we're not just learning .NET, we're also learning English on this show, yeah.
And some German if you caught it. So Stefan likes to sneak some German words in. Yeah.
It just happens, but yeah, okay. And we digress a lot. Speaking of, yes, so for our CLI tool that doesn't live too long, the JIT can unfold its full potential. For this scenario, we could shift a lot of this complexity to build time. This is then AOT, ahead of time compilation. In .NET, there is different runtimes. The one that we are using will be Native AOT, which is now using our C# code. Oops, why do I write a euro sign?
Yeah, the euro code.
Using our C# code. Well, already creating IL code as well, but then immediately turning this into machine-specific code like Windows x64. And we then deploy this ahead of time compiled. Not the IL code is deployed, but the ahead of time, that's the name, ahead of time compiled code. Now, this doesn't run everywhere. This only runs on compatible machines. But then there is no just-in-time compilation. It just starts running our code immediately. So the startup experience is a little bit faster. There is, not to go into too much detail, because we could sit here for hours, I suppose. There is other...
We have said
there is other drawbacks. There's other pros and cons as well. One big con is AOT compiled apps are heavily trimmed, which means we may run into problems with reflection. So some reflections APIs won't work as we expect. And also something like reflection.emit. Reflection emit is at runtime emitting new IL code that is then just in time compiled. doesn't work anymore either because there is no just-in-time compiler. So in order to check if our application is AOT compatible, we need to check, is it trim compatible? And is it native AOT compatible? So let's do that. I need to check the documentation too, because I always forget those properties. Native AOT. Well, we can say publish AOT, and I think this implicitly includes all of the analyzers as well. But this only works for applications, not for libraries. So for our application, we could say, please publish this as AOT. And for our library, we need to say, hey, is this library AOT compatible, which turns on a lot of analyzers. And well, since when you do AOT, you automatically trim, but you could trim without AOT. But you can't have AOT without trimming. And this analyzer then, this option includes trimmable analyzers and also AOT analyzers. And so for our library, let's say this should be AOT compatible. And let's see if we get some new errors. If we don't, then our library is AOT compatible. Then both our library and application are AOT compatible, and we should just be able to AOT compile it. And where are the errors? Maybe there are no problems. .NET build. Maybe it's just good.
Would be too easy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So, okay, we have these two violations. We actually use reflection here.
Yeah.
Okay, but we only have two violations. Let's not lose ourselves into the detail here, because currently we don't use that code. So we can ignore it for now, but if we would use it later on, we need to think about it. And we could now actually AOT compile our application. So if we go, say, .NET publish, this will now take longer because it builds the IL code, then trims it, and creates machine code out of it. And, oh no, oh, we have warnings as errors, right?
Oops.
Let's ignore. Yes. Let's not do warnings as errors for now. Which will now take, I think, like 15. It depends on the application size, but ours isn't too large, so it should take like 30 seconds or something. Yeah, now we see it creates the current machine code. And we should be then there in momentarily. I'm not sure what ILC compile does. I guess not sure if it includes the trimming portion or if it's the machine parsing. And cool. Okay, yeah, there were trim warnings, but let's ignore them for now. So we now have, or should have, a artifacts publish. There is our tool. And here we have our executable, and we should be able to run this. There's now Windows executable, or not the PDB, the exe, please. Yes. And this fails. It's not recognized as a name of a commandlet. What am I doing wrong? Oh, tool, my bad. Tool dot, there we go. And you see, it's pretty much instantaneous.
Yeah.
If I hit it, I hit it now.
That's crazy.
This is significantly fast because there is no just-in-time compilation. And we should be able to, well, if we actually like inspect a package in version 0.5.0. Right, we need to pass in an option package. Whoa. Unable to get to positive. Whoa. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, unable to find a constructor. It seems that something was trimmed away.
Yeah.
It seems that we shouldn't have ignored
the warnings.
The code was trimmed away. Oh, with JSON serialization. Yes. JSON serialization has a source generator. So we would need to switch from the reflection-based serialization to generator-based serialization, because this is then emitting all of the required code at compile time, and then it's all there. And the trimmer won't remove the stuff because it's directly referenced and all is good. But we will do this. We will dive into this in a future episode. The only thing I would like to show is the startup difference to a non-AOT compiled version. So if we don't do native AOT compilation, and publish our tool, well, the publish process will be significantly faster because there is no AOT compilation and no so I hope, but there is. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Do we have publish AOT somewhere else? Oh, there it is. Oops. My bad. Oh, we already had this property. I'm removing it. So yeah, now compilation takes fraction of a time because it's only creating IL code.
Yeah.
And publish, if we go to the published version, .NET run tool.dll. What am I doing wrong? We don't need a run. We just say .NET. And well, okay, well, it's super small application. If I hit enter, well, I kind of can't tell because I know when I hit enter, it's not. I don't know.
We can hear it.
Can you hear? Can you hear the difference?
No, I can hear when you hit enter.
So, but it's not as well. Our tool is super small, so if we put in some timers, there will be milliseconds of difference. I can kind of feel it. It's not as snappy as the other version, but for our small application, so we see for our small applications, it doesn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, well, I guess when you have an agent that is invoking this tool a lot, then this will add up.
Yeah.
And yeah, but we will dive into AOT in the future and fix the problems that we currently still have. And now we almost got a tool ready to be published.
Exactly. I think we fulfilled what we set out to do in almost 2 hours. We've been very respectful of time lately. So, yeah, amazing. And next time, I guess, we'll be publishing it, right?
Yes.
We'll be shipping it, hopefully. And it's going to be a really, really cool episode. I'm already really looking forward to it. But we don't yet have an exact date because it's not just up to the two of us, if that's a little teaser.
Yes.
I guess I don't want to spoil it, but if make sure to once again follow us on any of your preferred social media channels if you like this kind of content, just not to miss any upcoming shows. Also, obviously, if you want to re-watch any of our previous shows where we built this from scratch live here with you. So if you're interested, you can obviously watch any of our previous episodes. But yeah, sometimes we bring on some special guests on the show, and that might happen very soon in the future, but that obviously means that we still need to negotiate like the right time and place. So make sure to give us a follow so you don't miss.
We're actually leaking our guest already a little bit.
Are we already? Oh yeah, we are.
We are leaking it a little bit.
We are leaking it a little bit.
We're teasing.
Right. Awesome. No, I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a really good episode. So hopefully see many of you there again. And yeah, also before we go, I can already say thank you to everyone who's stuck around and spent the evening with us. And it's been really, really lovely. But we also have a little goodie for you because Stefan has been super busy as always, giving giving talks at conferences as well. He's a great speaker, and he's got quite a few talks under his belt. And there's an upcoming one at DWX. Is that what it's called?
Yes. I think it actually. Oh, no, I embarrassed myself. Developer Week X, I think. Experience. I'm really not sure what the X stands for. Developer Week. This was previously called Developer Week. I think it's now Developer World.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure what the X stands for.
Amazing. Where is it and when is it? And how can we get tickets?
Yes, this will be in the week between June and July. It's a 4-day conference with also, I think on Monday they do workshops, but Tuesday to Thursday, so that's 30th of July. No, excuse me, 30th of June through 2nd of July. There is sessions, the regular conference. And well, I got lucky and actually scored 2 sessions. I'm doing a solo session on observability.
Yep.
Already, this is why I teased it today already as well, because I'm diving into I've diving into observability now for a year. I've switched jobs a year ago to a company that does observability. So yeah, this is kind of the täglich Brot. I'm not sure how to phrase
there is an English one for that.
Yeah?
No, yeah, it's your bread and butter or something. No, it's
bread and butter. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like it. Sounds good.
I might have just made it up. We'll see. I don't know. Stuart. he's my English teacher. Anyway.
And but we in the term of, I'm also doing another co-talk with a good friend of mine.
Good friend of ours. Come on.
Good friend of us. Yes. I wasn't sure how much to leak. As always, doxing. I asked her if it's okay. She confirmed, yeah. So with Angie, neither of us knows C# apparently. So this will be a compilation of very common mistakes that also we did on this stream already over the last 3 years now. Yeah,
I'm sure. I've learned C# on this stream, so I'm very sure.
I'm still learning C#.
And if you don't have your tickets yet, you should totally get them. Because we've got a little discount, right?
Indeed. So I'll be posting the link and also a discount code that you can use in the chat. So you get a 10% discount on the tickets.
Awesome. Also, yeah, to be honest, we don't have that prepared, but we can also say there's a .NET meetup in Vienna coming up. If you're in Vienna. We're not speaking. We've already done our damage there. But we will be there. And Angie, hopefully, maybe as well, is going to show potentially.
It's on Tuesday in at location is Square. If you know, in Vienna. But yeah, we haven't set up the registration just yet. Well, I think we haven't linked it. No, actually it just says TBD. Oh, it just says TBD, but it is there. If you go to meetup.com, we just forgot to link it. And as always, we have both a on-site, but also stream it on the YouTubes and the Twitches.
Awesome. Cool.
We're posting this as well.
Some upcoming events. And yeah, I guess that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the upcoming shows. And other than that, thank you so much for watching and all of your help. And yeah, looking forward to next time.
In roughly 2 weeks, plus minus, we'll be back. I clicked the one thing that